Guardian Games is a time of two things, a pissing contest to see which class is more popular and exclusive loot. And to say the premise is effective at getting people to engage in the game would be an understatement. But I was curious, which of the three main classes have better builds and which fan base is better at creating them? So I took 3 builds engineered by the mains of each class, then I judged them on how viable and how flavorful they were. Let's start with the Gravity Allergic Hunters. While the Shadow Dive plus Touch of Winter combo may give the PvP mains Vietnam flashbacks, the nerfs that destroyed this tactic's power in PvP came right alongside a buff in PvE. Hunters are meant to be clever and resourceful scouts of the vanguards. But for me, none of those hunters are in my chat. Any hunters here? I don't think there's any hunters in the chat. Somebody speak up. Surely there's at least one. I don't really have any builds. I just use funny guns that go burr or pew pew and ignore my abilities. Okay. I'm gonna guess you're a Titan main? Don't even have a Hunter 2 Warlocks and a Titan. That sounds like the start of a joke. It was like pulling teeth just to get one build out of the hunters in my chat room. Half of them didn't have a build on hand and the other were lurking too hard to speak up. Not that I'm biased or anything, but this is why Warlocks make the best builds. They know how to speak up, idea book in hand to propose something truly fun and powerful to commit mass alien genocide. Damn it, this hunter build is excellent. Whisper of Shards for even more grenade energy, and Whisper of Fissures for more grenade damage. I barely had to even use my demolitionist quote-unquote primary. It's like the creator of this build said, hey kid, you ever used a grenade as a primary weapon? Oh, would you like to? But next was the Warlock's turn. Unlike the Hunters, the Warlocks came up with a build within minutes of me asking. At some point during the construction of the build, my poor, misguided Titan friend Luxio challenged me to the claim I made. I mean, that is true, but also, if you're fighting a Nova Bomb versus a Thunder Crash, what do you think is gonna win? I'm gonna give it to the Nova Bomb, because the Nova Bomb doesn't need to be in the line of danger. We appreciate you putting yourselves in the line, right? And you can definitely be more accurate.
Hey, Mason.
What's up?
After that strike, we're gonna go into a Mayhem Prime match and test.
Luxio dropped everything he was doing and dared me into a Mayhem private match with only one rule. You can only kill with your super. And I was happy to oblige. Look, there he is. Alright, I'll give you that.
No, it didn't do it.
I can just keep the air filled with Nova Bombs.
Okay, I was so far away from that.
It comes back around, Lux.
Your blinking is what's making this stronger.
Then you have to take
It's
into
not.
account.
It's.
I mean, you have your little melee. You're technically not even allowed to use the melee. You're top, yeah. This is like Shax and Ikora duking it out.
I don't know, Ikora doesn't wear astrocyte.
But Ikora would have blink like that by default. I will admit though, you're faster than I anticipated. Alright, my secret strategy, suicide! Nova Bomb's gonna get you. Nova Bomb's gonna get you.
This is cheesy.
Yeah,
Go to an open map where there's no inside part.
I know this is cheesy. That's the point. I could just throw Nova Bombs. I don't even need to know where you are. I just need to know generally an idea of where you're coming from. Like, look, I had no idea you're coming from there, but the Nova Bomb got you. That was a good effort.
You see, I dislike going through those tunnels with Thunder Crash.
Wasn't the other complaint that you have to be indoors for this to work?
No.
All right. Well, it was a good effort. I think we've asserted who is the superior.
We've asserted that blink is a superior movement tactic.
Like I was saying, with Warlocks having asserted their unquestionable and unbiased dominance over Titans, it was back to the competition. This build wanted to spam stasis turrets like my Discord meme chat spams low quality jokes. Please guys, the jokes suck, get better memes. In order to accomplish this, the Warlocks chose the Osmiomancy gloves, Travelers chosen, and of course the Bleak Watcher and Glacier Harvest. At first, I thought the Glacial Harvest was a bit of an odd choice, but it was the Warlock's plan all along. They had me run an armor mod which counts all stasis shards as an elemental well, and a mod that turns elemental wells into charges of light. For every freeze that I got and every shard I collected, I not only regenerated ability energy, but I increased the damage of my weapons by 20%. I became the Oprah Winfrey of stasis turrets. And you get a stasis turret, and you get a stasis turret. I tore through the strike, bringing a small loan of 1 million stasis turrets with me to generously donate every single quadrant of the map with them. Again, not that I'm biased or anything. And last, of course, was the Titans. With the power of Master Chief looking armor and a bald-headed blue guy, I let Luxio make my build. Without the handicap of having to communicate his ideas through a text chat, he would be the ambassador for every Titan. And what he came up with was truly a work of art. Now, you may look at this armor and say, Misam, what the f? But everyone knows how the Vikings did combat. They would strip naked and charge their enemies using the sheer shock of psychological damage as a means to gain advantage. And truly, this advantage was present here. This build used Arbalest, a volatile flow mod set up Shayera's Wrath, and the Heart of Inmost Light. And I know what some of you are thinking. This build is old hat. Everyone knows Arbalest is great in PvE and Heart of Inmost Light is an easy pick, but ask yourselves, would you expect anything less from a Titan? As much as me, the unbiased and far superbly knowledged Warlock main would know, Titans are the rock the Guardians are made out of. When the Hunters are bouncing around and Warlocks are locked in their studies of deep lore, Titans are the wall against which the darkness breaks. And you can't make a wall without laying a firm foundation to stand on. Yet, this doesn't even paint the full picture. It was the spry wit of the Hunters that suggested Luxio make the build, and my Warlock wisdom that perfected it. Maybe the Guardian games are about pushing together to sharpen each other at beating the dark and evil things of this world. Maybe we can see past each other's differences and embrace them. Not as shortcomings, but as a unique talent and strength. So in a way, the best builds were the friends we made along the way. Bless your faces, and deuces.